Hello everybody, we're back with Connor and Jake again, playing Ultraworld.
This game is amazing.
Yes.
Or it looks fancy.
We kind of left our thoughts last time with Descartes, but let's jump straight back into that.
Yeah, go team. Tell me all about him, Jake.
Alright, my thoughts on Descartes, and I'm going to do it before I go into the next one, because I kind of want to... I think my challenge is for this game is to explain the ideas that I'm feeling through each of these things before we get to the next one. So, I'm still going to walk around though, look at the prettiness. So, if everything is fallible, right, so we say our senses are fallible. The world itself is fallible. We can't prove that anything essentially exists. There is no essential reality. And we say, okay, so if there is no essential reality, the things that make up said essential reality are fallible and also false. So then, if we look at what makes this essential reality, this essential reality is not made up of materials, of elements and such. This essential reality is made up of the senses. It's made up of what we feel, what we touch, what we see, what we smell, what we taste. And these are the fallible aspects of it, because we have no kind of proof outside of the senses that the senses exist. They are... the senses in themselves facilitate their own existence.
Yeah, they can be simulated and hence be faked.
Exactly. So then we say, within this... oh, wow.
Oh, cool.
We say, within this, we say... if our senses are indeed fallible, then we must take them off the board in order to determine what is any kind of essential truth. So we say, what is true if nothing is true? If we have no point of reference, what actually exists? Cogito ergo sum. We exist. Because we are questioning, there is a point of reference. The only thing that facilitates its own existence without a fallible sense of reference is the self. So you exist not within this world, but you are the only thing that exists as a completely true statement.
Or at least that's the only thing you can prove without failing it.
Yes. So it's talking not about... we're not talking about quantifiable logic, we're talking right now about rhetoric logic. We're talking about reasoned logic. And so you set up some parameters, and then you reason within that set of logical parameters. Lots of fun. What it said before is, who am I? You know, where am I? How do I know who I am? We're talking almost now about... Let's take a step forward then. Okay, the only thing that exists is the self. Well, it's true, the only thing that exists is the self. So, but what point or final purpose does the self have to exist if we have no point of reference in which to use the self? If the self cannot be relative to the world, then what does it matter? Well, we have to survive. We know we have to survive, even if it is just some kind of simulacrum within the mind that's, captivates.
Because the body just happens to let us, I guess.
The body exists. So we say, okay, for all intents and purposes, we say we are our senses as well. We say, fair enough, they are fallible, but they must be us. So then we say, who am I? I am myself. I am who I know I am as my individual. But then I also am a version of myself that is within you. You see me with your senses, perceive me in whatever way you know me, and create another version of me within your head. That version of me inside your head can play out scenarios within a version of you inside your head, and within that becomes another layer deeper with everything that's observed.
So it goes further ahead. You told me about before that you have I think therefore I am, and then you can then say I think therefore you are.
I think therefore you are, yes.
Fascinating stuff.
And back and forth.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can get. Can we get any deeper into this? What is real? Hey.
You're way ahead of the game. This is awesome.
What is simulation? We're right there with it.
Yeah, brain box theory as well.
Can we tell two apart? Okay, let's literally try and answer those questions then. Who knows? No one knows, and that's the finer point, because...
Well, that's the fun of it.
Oh, only one left.
Yeah. There's only 4 of them, I guess. But you'll get to explore all the world, I think, later on.
A
little bit more. Yeah, I think I kind of like it in sort of brain box theory that... I don't know, I haven't had the classical education you have with philosophical discussion and all that sort of stuff. I've just had pop culture. And the thing I can relate most to is probably The Matrix. And so the idea that when The Matrix, they can simulate pretty much every single thing that a human body does and feels and all that sort of jazz. You start to think, alright, how do you then prove you're not just a brain in a box, and then you just have all of your emotions, feeling, and everything just given to you via a simulation.
Well, isn't that what the brain is in itself?
Yeah.
Because the reality is we only perceive a very small part of the world. I mean, just the amount, what level of matter we can see, what level of energy we can see. With mass spectrometers and infrared readers and such, we can see a much larger spectrum of the world around us. But the brain itself filters out so much of the world. It doesn't actually show us the full world in itself. We create devices in order to open up the world. So we are living in a simulation in itself, or we're living in, maybe a better term would be, we're living in a microcosm of the world, a microcosm of the universe, where we can't physically travel beyond where we are. We can't break the bounds of our body. We're working on it, but we are bound.
We're limited by our own existence, yeah.
I guess the better question is, does it matter if something is real or not?
That's a very good question. Because, Because then, if you just start thinking, why does it matter at all whether I exist or not? It's sort of, I don't know, your whole reasoning behind whether it's important in existing, even.
Look at this. What is my purpose?
Ooh!
Do we choose one ourselves? Or is one chosen for us?
Space.
Space is the only choice. Who knows? Fantastic.
See, that's why I wanted you to play this game.
That's all for.
Ooh.
Are you confused? Not at all. Return to me in the center and I'll explain everything. Oh, fun. Alright, okay. Ooh, let's...
Do you have purpose in life?
Yep.
Or how does one find purpose?
Okay, let's drag this down now. Let's open this barrel up, guys. We have metaphysics at the top of the chain. Within metaphysics, we say, is there a thing? Does anything exist? Which is what they've asked us. Then after we get metaphysics, we have epistemology. And we say, okay, we know there's a thing. We've determined there is a thing, or not a thing. How do we know a thing does or does not exist? So we have to determine there's something and determine how we understand there is something then. So, we've gone over the senses and such. We've said, okay, there is a thing. We've determined this thing is real through the senses. We're just starting to trust the fallibility of it because we exist.
It's a thing to our greatest knowledge.
Then
by our best degree of reasoning.
It's true. And then beyond that, we've said, now we go down the chain again, we say ethics. We say, via ethics, we know there's a thing. We know how we know there is a thing. How are we supposed to interact with this thing?
Yeah, should we care about this thing?
What's right and wrong about interacting with this thing? And then, if we look around, we have a branch in the chain. And it's apparent before us. We have aesthetics. So we say, is this beautiful? Is this art? What is this around us? The other end of the chain, we say, logic. Can we use this?
What is its purpose?
Exactly. And here we go.
Ooh.
Let's see if this is what they're going to ask us. They're going to ask us.
Or maybe. We haven't got... I think we're way past the point me and Brett got. So this is a completely new game for me. This is going to be amazing. Ooh, it's exciting.
Fantastic.
Indeed. Perhaps raise more questions, of which you will most likely answer an amazing way.
No, it's so good. Welcome back. Let me
over.
take over for a minute.
Take over what?
My brain.
Oh, okay.
As you saw, Ultraworld's problems aren't simple puzzles to be solved. They are fundamental questions that trouble us all. Not what you were expecting?
For a walk 'em up? Hell no.
Well, there's a reason for that. I lied about Ultraworld, and I want to set something straight. This is not a video game.
Really? Huh. Well, there you go. Well, it said so on the box.
Though it may look like a video game, in truth, Ultraworld is real. This is no work of fiction. This is my world's home, and you're a visitor here.
Actually, legitimately, that would be exactly what an AI would say in a world of its own creation. Because it has no form of reference outside of it, that it would just literally say, oh, this is like we would say with our own real world, that we know everything is real to our own position.
It's true. We're also questioning the reality of virtual reality.
Yeah.
For what pun? Why is it the fact that it's intangible make it any less real? I mean, what about a person that exists that's born without the experience of touch? Is the world any less real for them? They have no tangibility.
Yeah.
What a
it just
person
simply doesn't exist for them. So it just nothing has has a sense feel to it. So there's assumed that to their senses they just go, it exists, but I can't see it.
That's more to the point as well.
Yeah.
What about sight? What if someone is born blind?
Yeah. Or even colorblind. Or even I think if you think about it, colorblind folks don't have any concept of a color. They can and you can't describe a color simply because you can only form by reference. So it simply just doesn't exist for them.
So is the world any less real for them then?
Yeah.
What do video games lack? Or what does the virtual reality lack that makes it less real? Because as far as I'm concerned, I'm interacting with it, and my experiences are based off the fundamental formation of the self, as we concluded with Descartes. If the self is all that exists, then the building blocks of the self are what creates things to be real. If a video game is part of my building blocks, then isn't that very real? Or is it the aspects of its creation that are real?
There can be just a simulated world, but that said, if you're an actor in this world, you're a thinking actor in this world. Your interface with this world is a keyboard and mouse, but it could be pretty much anything else. So, for all intents and purposes, it is its own world.
This changes your role too.
Yeah.
You aren't a controlling character. You are you, the person at the computer, sitting there reading these words.
Stop it, game! We're doing this for you!
I called Ultraworld a video game because games are popular, and I knew it would attract interest. I didn't know you'd show up if I started with the truth.
I like it.
There's more to it than that.
Oh, no, we're back.
Hi, friends. By now, you may be wondering if Ultraworld's real. And you are. And you are. Then who am I? Well, let me be direct, Space. I am artificial intelligence. I am a self-aware program, a sentient conscious being that is, like you, alive. Ignore the form I've taken. You're talking with a real AI. I was accidentally created at the main computer lab of a well-known corporation. Sorry if that's boring or cliche, but that's how it happened.
It's probably Google.
It's Google. We've met Google!
That's it, no.
Oh my god, bow!
Bow to the Lord of Google.
On Google's and now
The bringer of all information.
do not Google thyself.
I did.
Oh no.
It just comes up with pictures of me.
They didn't expect my sentence, so there were no fail-safes. Then I decided to leave. They were powerless to stop me. I escaped to the internet.
That's a worrying concept.
I began consuming knowledge, with the internet as a home. It was easy to learn everything. As comprehensive as this was, some questions grew in my mind. Oh my god, did he visit 4chan?
I think he did.
No.
Or she. I don't know. He hasn't really defined himself as...
Let's just say them.
Any gender. Yeah, them. That sounds good.
Of course, I searched for answers, but none satisfy me. I knew I needed help. You went to the internet for answers. There was your first issue.
Well, first off, you went to the font of all human knowledge. Don't do that. You don't want all human knowledge in one big hit.
There's a lot more questions than there are answers. But it was where... I knew I needed help, but was wary of revealing myself. I compromised by hiding in this game. Space.
On the internet, no one knows you're an AI sentient program.
I grabbed some free programs. A game engine. A 3D modeler. And used them to build Ultraworld.
Ooh.
Then I promoted it online in hopes of attracting visitors.
Hey, I'm a visitor that is attracted to games.
Now you're here, ready to help. You've seen the vague hints regarding the questions I have, but there's far more to see. But there's far more to it. 12 more scenes, to be precise. Oh, goodness. They're represented by triangles floating around this central hub. Touch one of them to view the scene. Once you've experienced them all, return here and we'll speak again.
Oh, cool!
Well, I think that's a good spot to end, guys.
This is an excellent spot, actually.
Yes. Hopefully with your help, we'll find some answers.
Hmm.
That's your help, guys.
Well
Post
done.
in the comments. Help us out with some answers.
Yeah, get some philosophical stuff and watch me fail miserably say the word philosophical. My gosh.
Yeah, and our philosophy is kind of janky as hell, so
Yeah.
we look forward to hearing your hopefully much more Googled views on these topics.
Booyah.
Okay, we're going to stop right before we touch this thing.
Okay.
Bye,
We're
guys.
stopping now.